Hey, this is my studio, my set, my camera, my everything, but I've got a new addition. Look, Tom's with me. Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good.
Awesome.
Tom is in town for a short minute, but we wanted to do something awesome. We wanted to create something. We wanted to make something. We wanted to do a project. We wanted to be creative. Tom, what do you got for us?
I got a coffee for you. You took me to your coffee shop this morning, but I'm kind of missing a coaster, you know?
You could use a coaster. I mean, I understand. Coasters are very important. So what's your plan?
Yeah.
What's your plan for coasters?
So yeah, we were at Proto yesterday, and they let me make some awesome filament. I mean,
Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Orange, gold, glittery, like, oh, so good.
It's good.
Yeah. So
Almost as good as the blue.
Yeah, so you just published a video about, making a nice inlaid cutting board for your mom. So I thought, why don't we take that same idea, we make nice milled coasters, and we make a 3D printed inlay with this color.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, you'll use that sweet orange you made from Proto.
Right.
I have an idea. I've got this NylonX. It's a carbon fiber nylon from Matter Hackers, and I think this black material would actually have a neat effect with maybe some darker woods. We'll give it a try. Well, that's a good plan. So we've got some awesome filaments. We've got the carvey. We've got the laser cutter. We have some wood, and we're going to make coasters. I like it. Well, I'm Joel.
Good. I'm Tom.
And this is 3D Printing Nerd. With the project ahead of us, I don't want to go at things just willy-nilly and go forward without a plan. So Tom, let's plan what we're going to do. And I think first the proper thing to do is to sketch out our idea for the coasters and make sure we have a general idea of size and shape. What's after that?
We'll need to decide how we make those. So right, you were talking about the carvey. We can mill it out.
Okay. Well, if we mill it, we also have the laser cutter, so we can actually add the laser embellishments to the coaster.
Right. So that's going to be a nice synergy between the nice, clean milled parts and the kind of rustic. I feel like the laser looks a bit more. Yeah.
Well, the laser gives it a certain feel because it toasts the wood a little bit, and then when you sand it, toasted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Toasted. I like that look. That's a good description of that look.
Yeah. Then of course we're going to have the milled out coaster, and we need to make the inlays for that in the same design, and those are going to be printed. Right?
I think they'll be printed. Absolutely. But do we want to have one single inlay design, or do we want to have a couple different inlay designs?
I think if we can do one base shape and just make a set.
Ooh.
You do too, I do too.
I like that. Okay. We'll have two coasters with NylonX inlays. We'll have two with the Proto Sparkle Burnt Orange.
Fiery orange?
Fire Burnt Sparkle Orange. Fire Burn Sparkle Orange, I think is a great name.
Safety orange.
Safety orange. Sparkle safety. Safety first, kids. Yeah. All right, we have a plan. So let's go grab a computer and let's design.
Let's do it.
We got a piece of paper, it's lined, and I have a camera in front of me so you can kind of see what we're drawing. But here's what I'm thinking, Tom. So I'm going to draw my two coasters, which kind of look like that.
Here.
I'm going to borrow your pen because mine doesn't seem to be working. Okay, these are terrible.
Ugh, yummy.
It's my own pen, it's okay.
Yeah, and then we do have like a little ridge around the side?
I think a ridge is a good thing. It doesn't have to be too tall, but I think a perfectly flat coaster isn't what we're going for. We want a little ridge to be able to capture any of the condensation that rolls off the cup.
Exactly.
Okay, let me borrow that pen for a sec. So then if we have a little ridge, my ridge is very not little, but then the inlay is going to be a design within. So I was thinking like some sort of just like a pattern, kind of like that. And then I wonder if we could do some sort of like a
geometric shape?
Yeah, you know?
Nice.
You get the idea, right? Some sort of like a waffle pattern. I wonder if we could print the waffle pattern on...
Go for waffles?
No, waffles are good. Yeah. That's my idea. Kind of like an organic, almost like a rivery kind of shape, and then a geometric shape with some patterns. And I'm going to use Fusion to do my design work.
Yeah, and I'll try to make it in Onshape.
Onshape.
That's just what I use. I
think this will be interesting though, because we're going to use two different software packages that should give us similar, if not same results, but we'll see what the process is in each one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an idea for inlays for you?
I think since this is kind of we started with an automotive color.
It isn't, well, which car has that color?
That is a Lotus Exige.
Yeah.
That color is coming from, and we matched it pretty well. So I don't know. I feel like we kind of need to go for a rim or something, and like this. I'm gonna draw a horrible rim here.
Oh, but the coaster is almost like a car rim.
Yeah, you can have the rim as an inlay and the coaster's gonna be the tire.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, okay. Well, you got, let's see, if we're gonna do 4, one more.
One more. Will we be able to pull off a rocket?
A rocket?
Can we do a 2-color one? Like we make half of the rocket in your NylonX and we make like the fire out the bottom
Oh, sure.
in this fiery orange.
That's a great idea.
There's one. And
That's
then
good fire,
there's
Tom.
Hey, wait till you see my rocket. There you go, something like this. Then have it here, up here so it
That's not a bad rocket.
creates a shape.
Okay, so we'll have a 2-color inlay.
Yeah,
I like that.
2 in 1.
Well, we have a plan of attack. So you'll go load up Onshape, I'll load up Fusion, I'll design mine, you'll design yours. For the rim, we should probably have a similar, so the base shape itself though should be the
Right.
same for us. And so if you, maybe like you want a 5-inch coaster? 4?
4.
4, okay,
still
we'll
a-
do
still a
4.
4, yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure, there might be bigger things that people might want to set on there. Because a pop
I
can
don't
is
know
going to
your
be a little bit
size
bigger.
mugs, man.
I got big mugs, man! Hey, wait, where's my mug?
Yeah, but look, it still fits on a 4-inch coaster.
Does it? Let's see.
There you
That's
go.
my Murph mug.
Perfect. Fit on a 3-inch. There you go. We have 2.
Okay.
4 inches it is.
4 inches. So we'll do a 4-inch diameter. Sorry, you have to work. But 4 inches is essentially 100 millimeters, right?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to do inches or do we? Let's standardize on something. You want to keep it as metric?
I'll do inches just for you, so you get it easy.
I don't know. Who says I like inches? All right. And the rim though, the little rim around the side. How high do we want that to be off the coaster itself? So if that's the coaster, like the rim would be this height, right?
Yeah.
Which
So
would be
thickness, 1/2 inch. So if
no,
you
no.
go-
We're talking height. Height
No,
off the right.
total coaster height. That's what I mean.
Oh, total coaster height.
Total coaster height.
Well, if we do a 1/2 inch, we have some 1/2 inch wood. So that's a nice thick coaster too.
Yeah. Well, that's a.
Okay, let's do that.
And we get some meat for the inlay.
Yeah, and then but the little lip that we're gonna have. What's the height of that thing? Maybe like an eighth of an inch.
Yeah.
Let's do 8. Okay, that's good. So a 1/2 inch tall, 1/8 inches the height of the rim, and the thickness of the rim.
Which
Meaning,
way? So,
well,
yeah,
if this is our coaster, our poorly drawn
Right.
coaster, then it's going to be this right there.
All right. Yeah. We'll see how it looks in CAD.
Okay. And we'll adjust this to be
Yes.
decent in CAD.
Yes. Iterate. Experiment.
We will
Try stuff out,
experiment
and if
and
it doesn't
iterate.
work, do
That's
something
good.
else.
As long as we're done before lunch.
Yeah.
2 hours later.
It's been a while. We got it working. Take a look at this. So I made 2 of these. I promised you there'd be a rocket and a rim. I think this looks pretty nice, right? So those parts are printing. We got the first rocket out in the, what do we call this? Burnt orange? Fiery safety orange. We got that done. We've got the cam figured out. That's the word. And this is the wood we're gonna use, right? We're gonna use some
We're
nice-
gonna test it out on that.
Yeah, some nice dark walnut, and maybe we can find some oil to give it a nice shine at the end. So that's what we're gonna do next, I think.
I think so. Now it's my turn to update you. So I've been working with Fusion 360 and trying to get the post-processor for the Carvey working. I've been following the wonderful tutorial by Evan and Caitlin, who I'm going to high-five at the Bay Area Maker Faire, but I think I've got it. I have my stock set, and I've got an adaptive pass and a contour pass. And if I actually run the simulation right here, and it's not the most efficient like Tom told me earlier, but it is going to clear a bunch of material, and then it will go around. Oh, I forgot to move something. Well, anyway, I'll fix that. I'm almost there. I'm so close, but I think we're going to be able to test this in a moment. I'm excited. I'm kind of really excited. Tom and I are in the garage now, and I have easel loaded up on my MacBook here, which is connected via USB to the Inventables Carvey. I've loaded the walnut in. I've clamped it down. It should be, I'm just going to make sure. All right, so I'm going to close this. I have the tool path loaded up in easel, and I'm gonna hit carve. And you will see live, just like we will, whether or not this works or we destroy some machines. So what the Carvey's gonna do first, it's going to move to the end stops. I think then it's going to find the Z-homing dot on the clamp. It'll touch it, it'll turn on the spindle, and then it'll carve. I'm just fingers crossed. Okay, this is good. This is good news. It's finding the button. It's right above the button, and it's going to use its unusually slow dipping mechanism to bring the spindle bit to the button.
20 minutes later.
Tom's behind the camera. You can't see him, but his fingers are crossed, and he's holding the camera.
It's cutting.
It's cutting.
Doesn't sound fantastic, but it's cutting.
It's probably going too deep. I mean, it's going.
I'd say that's actually pretty good. That's
Really?
fine.
There are probably more efficient tool paths, Tom.
Yeah,
Probably
definitely.
way more efficient tool paths. But this is the very first time I've done this with the Carvey. I'm kind of excited. The real test is going to be carving Tom's coasters, because he used Onshape, which means he had to export as a step file, which means we'll bring it into Fusion. We'll let this carve, we'll see what happens, and then we'll import Tom's in, we'll carve those, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have some awesome stuff. Oh, you know what I should do? I should print the inlay. I should 3D print the inlay.
Yeah.
I think that's
You should
time.
do yours.
I'm gonna do mine. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Wait, Tom, wait, camera on. Okay, let's see.
This is not.
Okay.
It's
So what's
okay.
the problem that you're running into?
Yeah, so the problem is we do have some really tiny geometries. I don't know, do I have the part here? No, but I have some really sharp corners that you can't cut on the CNC because the CNC uses a round tool and it can't get into those tiny corners. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to use rest machining, which uses that initial pass, uses that geometry, and then cuts away whatever is still left. Now, we are running into a bit of issues with Fusion because we're, Fusion newbies basically. and yeah, we're trying to fix that. We're trying to get it to cut the way we want it to cut.
Okay. And you found rest machining in the 3D stuff.
The essence is basically we have some 2D adaptive cuts set up, but we need to do 3D to be able to do the rest machining right now.
Okay.
And I'm not a Fusion guy, but this is fun figuring this stuff out.
Good luck, Tom. I'm going to open this up and vacuum out. It's going to be loud, but I think there might be a problem. Tom identified something earlier, and we're going to find out. Hold on. First of all, the cut looks fantastic. Well, what you were worried about was the material, the stock to leave, correct?
Yes, that's just a checkbox that he left in there.
So would this inner radius be too thick?
The inner radius is fine, but this is actually going to be too tight for the 3D printed part that you want to inlay.
Ah, okay. So while this looks great, what we need to do is then create a second process in Fusion and generate a toolpath with a 1/16 inch bit to clear out the material that we left
can do that
behind.
too, yes.
We can do that too? Is there a different way to do it?
So what we can do with the eighth inch is we can cut it to size on the sides, and then the 16th inch just gets into like a little tiny inning.
Oh, I see. So create another pass without leaving the stock on, or no, I'd create an adaptive pass with the 1/8 inch and then another pass with the 16, or just
Yes.
have this go again with this with the 8.
8 inch to size.
Yes.
So that's going to cut the sides perfectly, and then the 16th just for the corners.
Got
so
it.
It's going to be 2 more passes.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that'll be really quick. And then Tom's almost done with his stuff as well, and hopefully it's just a couple hours, so you need to be at the airport. But
Hey,
What-
we're getting there. We're
getting
learning.
there.
It's good fun.
this is good fun. We're learning. All right, we'll go get these passes set up, and we'll be right back. We thought we'd give you a little taste of what it looks like. It's taking off just a minuscule amount of stuff. Uh-oh. Looks like the tabs weren't holding there at the end. No, it wiggled. I guess we could have defined tabs that were taller.
How much did we give it initially?
I
Half
don't
a
even-
millimeter of tab?
I don't even remember. Oh. Let's kill it.
E-stop.
It's not bad. Doing a cleanup pass is appropriate, but you can tell from the sides, it looks like the tabs were just literally nothing. Literally nothing. So I'll have my little river that runs through it, and then I could fill that with some super glue. Maybe it'll be a little clear island or something. All right, the CNC is free now, so we've learned a lot from this. And even though this is a little mistake because we didn't know about setting the tabs, you make mistakes when learning, and as long as you learn from your mistakes and you make the tabs bigger next time, it's okay. What we can do now is clear the wood from the Carvey waste board, and Tom can cut some coasters.
Yeah. Let's do it. So we did the cam for my rocket ship coaster thing, and yeah, we found some nice birch plywood MDF. Well, it's not MDF, it's birch plywood, and we did the cam properly. So we're starting out with the 1/8 inch, and we're just gonna mill it down step by step. Let's see if I can get this attached here. I think this is in the way. There.
I want everybody to know Tom had himself a taquito from 7-Eleven.
That's quite the experience. I feel like we learned a lot today.
This was a big learning adventure for sure.
It was. It was for me, and it was for you too. We got 3 passes. That's gonna be our first one. And I'm told all I need to do is hit carve and ignore the instructions. I understand. Sure. Smart clamp. Got that. Got that.
See how it's clamped?
Make sure the material is secure. We tested for that. And yeah. Any second now. Sounds good. Looks good. Makes a nice chip. I'm confident.
Your coaster's gonna look so good. What do you say we go get some lunch?
Yeah. Let's do it. Sounds like a plan.
It's scarfing time!
All right, so we have the first pass done.
Look at the coloring.
Yeah,
That's kind of neat looking.
I think we actually made it between the layers. So the layers have that darker adhesive between them. So this might just be cutting into it. That's gonna be interesting once you put a finish on it. So yeah, 1/8 inch tool is done for now. So we're switching it out to a 1/16.
I don't know, I just did it. Wow.
There you
I didn't know I put it so tight, I'm sorry. And we're just so people know, we're using the official Inventables bits. The Carvey can take any bit, and then you just define the bit in Fusion.
go. Tiny baby bits.
Little tiny baby bit. We have the Inventables bits, and so we might as well use them.
Nice.
I guess you don't have to tighten it to my standards, but
Yeah.
you know.
What I really like about this is that you don't have to set the tool height. Like
Right, that little button is.
Oh, it's so good. And it's repeatable, right?
Yes, to a very high level of precision.
Nice.
What I don't like is the bed is kind of small. Like if you had this sort of repeatable precision easily on an incredibly large bed and you had the space for it.
Right, but I'd rather have a small and super reliable and easy to use machine than something that is large and you have to go through hoops to use it every time, right?
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah. So it's gonna go into every corner, clean that out, make it a sharp edge, and then it's gonna go around the entire edge again to finish it. There you go, and now it's gonna do the finish pass. That is gonna get such a nice surface.
Wow, that's not a lot of material that's taken off.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
So now we get to switch back to the 1/8 inch bit and cut it out and actually make it a coaster instead of just an inlay in a board.
I'll let you get to that. I'll go check on your cloud print upstairs.
All right.
Tom's printing his cloud for the rocket on the Pulse XE and NylonX from MatterHackers because he wanted to combine the material I was using with the Proto material and make something awesome. Go, little rocket cloud, go!
Yeah, look at that. Those are some crisp cuts. Yeah, as always, plywood. Right here, yeah.
Oh, these are, for plywood, those are crisp.
Yeah, plywood always has like the little hairs that stick out, but this is good, and it stuck down.
That's not moving
And
anywhere.
you doubted it.
I did doubt it. I'm sorry. I'm a doubting Joel today.
Let's go finish it upstairs.
Hey, we're back in the studio set thing, and there's some things to catch you up on. We did mine first, and I only did one coaster rather than two because we had to learn a lot together.
Yeah.
And he hadn't used Fusion a lot, I hadn't done Cam a lot.
Camelot. 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 It's only a model.
But I also just ended up with one, which is fine.
You designed
like
two,
it.
though, to be
Yeah,
fair.
well, you did too, right?
I never got through the second
okay.
design. I had it in mind, I just didn't do it. But mine was out of the walnut, and
Right.
the Carvey did a fantastic job. Did you feel that?
Yeah, it's
So
cutting
smooth.
hardwood is just so satisfying.
It's incredibly satisfying. And I went with the MatterHackers NylonX on the Pulse XE. It was a little bit oversized on the first layer of the bed, squished down. So I'm going to take my Dremel and size it so that it will fit, and I'll have that coaster right there. But
All right.
look at
Yeah.
Tom's.
You've got it in walnut. We've got it in plywood right here, and it's still got the tabs on it. Actually, let's get rid of these. There we go.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of sanding. So we've got the we've got the rocket in our safety orange, and that I think
Safety orange on the Prusa Mark III.
yeah, that pretty much fits in almost perfectly. I gave it
Do you wanna-
a bit of work with the deburring tool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a bit of clamping. The cloud on the bottom or the smoke on the rocket is also Matterhacker's NylonX, and it's also a bit squished. So I think we can still force that in.
Sure. Well, you get the clamps. And one of the things that we're doing is we're taking 3D printed parts and we're inserting them into spaces made with machine spec tolerances, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's two different processes, and that's always a bit challenging, getting the two machines to produce parts that are the exact same size. We could have cheated and we could have gone oversized, but...
Well, part of the fun is in the challenge, though.
Yeah.
Part of the fun is being able to adapt and make different things from different types of materials, different machines, work together in unison. How's that clamp going?
Oh, the rocket is going in perfectly. This is flush. Yeah. Feel
Really?
That. Feel that. That is satisfying.
That is perfect flush. Yeah.
Right.
Flush.
It's gonna need a bit more down here.
Oh, just
but-
a little bit.
Yeah, let's try the cloud down here.
You think? You think the nylon will squish down enough?
It's flexible. It's flexible enough, I think.
There's no glue with that rocket either.
No, it's just sitting in there. And my thought is, if I were to put finish on this, that might actually hold it in place permanently.
Oh, the linseed oil, right?
Yeah, because that is going to polymerize and harden, and it doesn't really need any retention, right?
The top
There,
went in.
nice. That went in. This is just going to take some more wiggling.
I might try that on mine. While Tom's putting that in, I just want to say a big thanks to everybody that made it this far in the video. Big thanks for Tom for coming up to Seattle for a little bit on your whirlwind US tour.
Well, thanks for letting me do this awesome project with you here.
This was a lot of fun. Well, like we were discussing, it's really fun to just make stuff. And I'm always tinkering. I'm tinkering with printers or software or settings or video stuff. And it's really cool just to have a good friend here and just set out on an idea. Coasters using 3D printed inlays
so
in
simple.
hardwoods and wooded materials.
Yeah, this is going to take some hammering, but
It
yeah.
will take some hammering.
I mean, what I mentioned too, like it's the fact that we can do this relatively easily and don't have to fight against tools. That is good for a change.
Not fighting against tools is a wonderful thing. I think we'll be able to get that
We'll
no
get in there.
problem. And this will get in there. This will get in there, no problem.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
We didn't end up getting lunch, and you do have to go to an airport
Yeah.
pretty soon. Well, you know what? And if you have a message for my audience, please let them know. Anything?
A message.
Well, I'd say, how could people find you? They can go to
well-
toms3dp.org.
They probably know.
Probably.
There's probably going to be like a card right around this corner of the
Maybe.
screen.
Or is it the other one?
Or is it? No, I never know. You've
I
got your
never
screens
remember.
flipped.
But you do have
yeah.
forums. I don't know if a lot of people
do
know
have
about your
forums,
forums.
yes,
And
yes,
they're
that's right.
vibrant and they're very active forums.
They're surprisingly active, and there's some good discussion going on. So those are at discuss.toms3d.org, and those are kind of in the spirit of just freely sharing. I'm not moderating them much, so I'm not it's not an extension of my YouTube channel. It is you guys discussing stuff and making progress.
That's great.
together, like we did today.
I think this could be a discussion on your forum.
Exactly. You helped me out a ton today. I helped you out some.
That was fun.
That is
That
good.
was I know Tom's gonna want a Carvey.
Yes, I already said I'm probably going to get one because this is good fun to do.
And I'm pretty sure with the knowledge that Tom gave me about milling and multiple passes and processes
Yes.
in CAM,
Yes.
then I'm going to be doing some 3D stuff. And a big thanks. I want to thank Evan and Caitlin for the tutorial that they
Yeah,
had
that was
because
super
that
helpful.
really kind of got me started. Originally, what we were going to do is use single vectors to kind of mill to certain
2D contours.
2D contours to certain depths, yeah. But I think exploring the option within Fusion 360 was a better goal because we learned a lot, and I think there's some cool stuff ahead. And Tom's coaster is cooler than mine. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now.
It does look good.
It does look really good.
All right. Thanks for making it possible.
Thanks for coming.
Great.
Thanks for everybody again that watches the video. Thanks for all your support. Subscribe if you're not. Subscribe to Tom if you're not. Ring our bells. It sounds weird, but whatever. You know what? I love you guys. Hug each other more, as always.
Right.
High five. There it is. Nailed it.
Sweet.